The Battle of the Somme, July to November 1916. The Battle of the Somme was one of the worst battles in British military history. Hundreds of thousands of men lost their lives for very little gain. Listen carefully to the information which follows to learn about the plan, what went wrong, and the results of the battle. The plan was simple. The Allies aimed to attack the high ground, which was well defended. An 8-day-long bombardment was supposed to destroy the German trenches. This would leave the Allied soldiers free to walk across no man's land and take over the enemy trenches. Mines were dug underneath German positions. These were packed with explosives and timed to go off at the start of the battle. They could then go on to capture the German fortified villages. This would help to take the pressure off the French forces who were struggling at the Battle of Verdun. It was estimated that 14,000 guns would be used with 1.7 million shells fired. To recap, British aircraft would spot German artillery and relay the information to the gunners on the ground. The village defences would be destroyed, as would the German artillery in the 8-day-long bombardment. The barbed wire would also be cut, allowing men to cross no man's land. British troops could advance and across no man's land without fear of being shot. This would allow them to capture the German-held fortified village and win the battle. After 8 days of bombardment, at the end of June, 200,000 Allied soldiers went over the top on the 1st of July. The explosive mines went off at 7:28 am and the battle began at 7:30 am. This gave the German soldiers 2 minutes warning to get to their guns. On this day alone, the British Army lost 20,000 men, with 42,000 wounded or missing. Similar attacks were launched almost every day for the next 5 months. The battle only ended in November due to bad weather. It is one of the worst battles ever fought because of the huge loss of life for so little gain. The first thing to go wrong was that there was too much cloud for Allied aircraft to spot the German artillery, which had not been destroyed. Secondly, all the Germans were not killed as they dug deep into reinforced trenches. Some of these trenches were 9 metres deep. The constant bombardment made the Germans even more determined to fight. Thirdly, the German artillery and machine guns were still firing. When Allied troops went over the top, many were mown down by the German machine guns, which were not destroyed by explosive mines or the 1.7 million shells. Finally, the barbed wire had not been cut, meaning that British troops got stuck in the wire and were easy to shoot at. They could not walk across no man's land. Results. The battle lasted for 5 months and only ended in November due to bad weather. It cost 620,000 Allied casualties and 450,000 German casualties. All that was gained was 120 square miles of mud and rubble. This equaled around 30 centimetres for every 3 lives lost. General Haig, sometimes known as the Butcher of the Somme, earned a reputation which is still controversial today. The battle became associated with the term lions led by donkeys. This means that the brave soldiers, the lions, were sent to their deaths by the careless and irresponsible generals, the donkeys. But there were some positives. The Battle of the Somme did take some of the pressure off the French armies at Verdun, but it was at great cost. Lessons were learned in that generals realised that constant waves of attacks were not the best way to fight. They also learned about more effective ways to use their artillery and gained experience of modern warfare. The time of cavalry charges on horseback was over. The age of the tank had begun. Thanks for watching this video from Newbridge History. For more great videos on the Battle of the Somme, check out the links in the description box below. If you liked this video, hit the subscribe button and click the bell notification so that you know when we post new videos.